Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory. Now, as we start the week, we need to basically sum up what's happened over the last few days, and that means Weekend League rewards, both weekly and monthly, and then I'll start my first couple games from the previous Weekend League, and you'll get to see that towards the end of the video. So I go on in, and I realise that I got Bronze 1 for a month, which I didn't realise I would have got. And actually, that's going to be more bronze cards, or bronze red cards, than we've ever got, because we're going to get 3 of them rather than just the 1 that we normally get, because of course they changed the rewards, and we get my pretty standard, for my 5 wins in the Weekend League, 7.5k and a 25k pack. If you do enjoy today's episode, smash a thumbs up on it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Well, in our 25k pack, we get an 82 rated Karnizis, a Greek goalkeeper who's actually alright in the Serie A, but as you guys know, anyone that I don't necessarily need right away, I'm just going to sell. I've gone down that route recently rather than trying to keep everything and have stuff to hand for SBCs. I'd rather just offload. And then we get our 3 bronze reds. And I'm just hoping for someone English, really, because we've got quite a lot of English ones. I might make a cool team with them. And we get a Colombian who looks pretty diabolical, to be honest. Like, it doesn't look very good at all. And then we also get ourselves a Japanese player and a Canadian from the MLS. So it's not really what I wanted, but those 2 final players actually don't look like the worst things in the world, and it might be fun at some point to put them together and try and get as many of my red bronze players as possible into a squad. Just see what we can get going, and then maybe have a bit of fun, see who we can play against, maybe try and get a win or 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know. But as you know, during the week we did qualify for FUT Champs, and I found myself with about an hour and a half or 2 hours worth of time to maybe get some wins on the board, and I was hoping that it wasn't going to take me as long as last week to get 5 wins, because I only had like 2 hours maximum to play my games. And as you know, if you watched the previous episodes, I had to play 10 games of FUT Champs to get 5 wins, because I wasn't very successful last week. But we came up against someone with a full-on English team, I think it was, and he's got like FUT birthday versions of Syn Cole, Agbonlahor, the Sweat Lord, and Darren Bent. So I don't know what to think when I see them, because I know they've got good stats, or way, way, way better stats than their original versions now, their base versions now on this game. But like, I'm pretty sure Darren Bent and Agbonlahor have got god-awful stamina, so they just don't really last in games. So the further and further into the game we got, I was thinking in my head that it would be a lot easier and I wouldn't be worried about them at all. Lacazette plays one through to Fekir, and he's got a couple of pacey defenders chasing him down, but he's able to hold them off and just slot that one past the goalkeeper, and we do go 1-0 up in the 25th minute. So as always, I run off to the camera. I just like that celebration the most, because you get to see like the nice high-res vision, or like the high-res image of the player up against the camera. And, well, it gives me an option for one of my little 3 tiles in the thumbnail and stuff. So that's why I pretty much do that with every single celebration. That, or I do like the Chef Kikuchi jump in the air where he like just completely dives and then lands on the floor, which I've seen plenty of times when Chef Kikuchi did when he played for Ipswich Town. And I've got to say, that man absolutely leapt in the air. There's no way that didn't hurt when doing that celebration. I can't even imagine just running and diving into the ground. That's just a bit nuts. But anyway, into the second half, and my opponent scores on me. I'm pretty sure it was Darren Bent that got the goal, and I wasn't expecting it at all, because we got that goal in the first half, and it was relatively like easy. It wasn't the greatest of gameplay. It was kind of like in the middle of the park for both me and my opponent. I hit the bar and the post right there, and it still doesn't go in, so that's not good. But yeah, it was like kind of boring gameplay between me and this guy. It wasn't the most enthralling or thrilling match of all time. But Heung-min Son sort of gets it past a couple players here. I try and play it back to Lacazette, who does manage to somehow just slot that one home. It just stayed on the floor the whole time. Not much power, but serious accuracy there from the 88 rated Lacazette to tidy that one up and stick it into the back of the net for our goal to put us back into the lead. Was that like a no-look? I've just seen that. Did he sort of hit that no-look? If so, makes the goal so much better. But my opponent then hits the post with Darren Bent. And as time's gone on, I'm pretty sure Agbonlahor and Bent got more and more dangerous. So I don't know what to believe now with stamina and stuff. They seemed alright. But towards the end of the game, we were able to just hold this one out and get our first win in our first game. That's always quite important for me because I'm a very, like, this is one of the reasons why I could never play 40 matches. I don't think I ever will. It might happen in the next installment of FIFA, but for FIFA 17, there's no way I'll ever play like a full weekend league. I know some of you wanted that for like the 100th episode, but I don't know where I would find the time. I know other YouTubers do, but like they make solid content on FUT Champions. That's just not me. It's not going to happen. Apologies for that. But yeah, I would lose my mind if I played 40, especially if I lost the first game. My head would just be gone. Second game we come up against this. That's a really, really nice Serie A team. There's loads of special items in there. He's got a 92 rated Higuain. He's got a, what was that, an 88 rated Hamsik as well. So some big players in there, which, to be fair, I nearly sent him a message afterwards saying, you might want to sell those players, bro, because TOTS is hopefully just around the corner, and a lot of the players in that Serie A team will probably get a TOTS, knowing how many informs they've had, and sort of indicates that they might have had a good season, meaning that they could get a TOTS. I don't know. You might as well sell them now. Like, I'm almost contemplating selling some of the players in our team, just because I know TOTS is around the corner, and actually the price of a lot of the high rated and expensive players in this particular team have gone up quite a bit, so I'd actually make a bit of money rather than losing it, which is what I've done for the last sort of 2 or 3 teams that I've had, as the market has come crashing down. But it's stabilized a bit. I think we bought this team at almost like the lowest possible rate. Fekir sort of goes up and down in price all of the time. Lacazette seems to be around 35k higher than what I paid for him quite like often, so that's good. And then Heung-min Son, with people thinking that he could be in the running for a play of the month, then people are almost buying like special versions of him, and he's gone up like 30 or 40k from what we paid for him, just because the hype is building and stuff like that, because the vote is now out and he is one of the players that is up for a player of the month. And I think he's got about the most goals and assists alongside Aguero and Benteke, so there's a good chance any of those players could win it, which I'm interested. It's probably been one of the closest months for player of the months that we've ever seen. But this game was just like on a road to nowhere, because every tackle I friggin' made would get like would go straight back to my opponent. I would make the tackle, and then my player wouldn't continue on and grab the ball and go. He would like make the tackle, it would go back to him, or I'd make a misplaced pass and do something terrible. But every single bounce seemed to go for my opponent, and it was quite an even game before that. And then this happens here. Nainggolan gets through, saved by Courtois. But what is going on there? I don't understand. Nainggolan sticks it in to make it 3-0 before half time, and I've had enough. This is one of those games where, you know, I haven't got time to play the rest of this one, try and get a result out of it, because it doesn't look like it's going my way. So at halftime, I just decided, you know, I should have dashboarded, but I think out of rage, I decided to rage quit, just forfeit match. So that's what I've done there, and that's why I probably didn't leave that guy a message suggesting that he sells his players, because I didn't really like him at that point in time. Yeah, I don't really want him to get better players in the near future. But moving on into the next one, it seems that we can't catch a break right now. Another crazy team. He's got the likes of Premium SBC David Luiz. He's got the Player of the Year Dele Alli, as well as a ones to watch version of Kante. He doesn't have the Player of the Year Kante, thank God. But there's some pretty decent and colourful items in this team. And, well, fortunately for me, in the 8th minute, we do manage to somehow go 1-0 up against what was a very solid team. And the opponent wasn't too bad either. So I was really happy with that one. I was just thinking, it's only 8 minutes gone. How can I hold on to this one for the rest of the game? Like, I'm only 1-0 up. How can I hold on to the ball for another 82 minutes? And it doesn't happen. We get through with David Luiz, but we were able to block it. And it was kind of end to end. There was quite a lot in the middle, but both teams were getting opportunities. So that's dangerous when you are only like 1-0 up. I nearly score again with Fekir right there. That was a nice bit of play, but he just about got in front of the defender. It didn't quite work out for him though. Not enough power on that particular shot. But Heung-min Son plays it through to Fekir here right now, and that's a beautiful goal. That's the sort of goal you can expect to score with this man time and time and time again. He's done it for me time and time again already on this account, and he's just a beast. Like, that's one player I'm really thinking maybe I shouldn't sell, because I don't know if he's going to get a better version. Is he just that good that we need to keep him forever and ever? My opponent makes a change at 2-0 to bring on, like, I think he brought on a version of Suarez. I'm not sure which one it was. But even from the free kick, from where like the game was paused and his subs came on, we managed to get a goal from that one. So it went from bad to worse for this guy. With his great team and all of that, we are 3-0 up right now, and I'm pretty confident, but we are only in the 32nd minute. Fekir plays it out to Marcos Alonso, who whips it in to Lacazette. I mean, that's some luck. I mean, the last game we quit because we were 3-0 down, and I felt like my opponent was getting all the luck. But right there, the bounces that ball took with Lacazette there, how does someone not defend or block that? I'm not too sure. So our own slice of luck has come into it in this one. I'll grant you that. I pinged one off the bar with Heung-min Son. I thought I'd just do a quick crossbar challenge video with Heung-min Son. So that's gone down well. If you could hit a like for the crossbar challenge video, that would be amazing. And then at halftime, it's looking like complete and utter domination. Because it was Sunday when I was playing this, I probably did do one or two of the old pause it when I scored to see if I could just make him rage quit. And it didn't happen. So this guy had some cojones behind him, and he wanted to keep going. And really early doors in the second half, he managed to score a goal with Suarez. And Suarez was a bit of a game changer for this guy. The dribbling that he was doing with him was great, and I didn't see it coming. And he got another goal in like within 10 minutes of the second half. He'd scored twice against me, which is kind of what I did to him in the first half. So I was hoping he wasn't like a pro player that was just starting to take the mick and give himself a challenge, like a second half comeback challenge. But it doesn't quite happen like that. We see the game out and we end up winning 4-2. But for a long time there, I thought Suarez was going to get his hat-trick and you know, really put some pressure on and bring this game back. But very good game to you, bro. That was actually a very tough one, considering we were 4-0 up at half-time. So we've got our first 2 wins, and we are 2-1. So we've played 3 games in the weekend league. That's where we're gonna wrap it up today. Obviously, with only a little bit of time left for me to play the games, I was aiming for another 3 wins, and I was just hoping it wouldn't take me like another 7 games or something, because I probably would have had to stop, just knowing that I didn't have much time, had a family dinner to attend, and all of this sort of stuff. So that's where we're going to end it today. The squad's still looking great. I am thinking maybe at some point in the near future we might need to offload some of the expensive guys. Maybe Ogbonna, Son, Tolisso, Fekir, Alonso and Lacazette. So any of those special items, it might be a good time to sell at some point in time, but I'm just not sure when. So any tips or advice in the comment section you could leave, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.